Hi guys, Dr. Sam here. Welcome to part 2 of what to do when you get the flu. And today I want to talk about how to use a really time-tested, famous Ayurvedic herbal tea for alleviating the symptoms of the flu, helping to decongest, clear mucus, open up the airways, kill off the infection and stimulate immunity. Okay, this works off the back of what we discussed in part 1, which was the strong herbal antivirals. We want to support that with strong herbal teas, but ideally by something called the flask method. So, what herbs are we using? Again, loads of options here. You know, every different system of herbal medicine has got its own favourites and recommendations in terms of what herbs go into teas when we're managing colds and flus. One of my turn-tos, and I love it because you can get it from any medium, even small-sized supermarket. Yes, you can use herbs like yarrow and elderflower and echinacea, but they're harder to get. And if you need it in a hurry, this is great because you can get it, like I say, from the supermarket. So ginger, fresh ginger, cloves, and cinnamon sticks. Okay, why are these so brilliant when we're managing the flu? Ginger. Okay, ginger is your best friend if you're managing a respiratory infection. Clinically proven as an antiviral. We know it helps to kill off viral infections. Powerful immune stimulant to help the body in its fight against an infection. But more importantly, in the context of this herbal tea, it's brilliant for alleviating the symptoms of the flu. It's one of the most effective decongestants. It will clear out mucus. It will open up the airways. It's an expectorant. It helps to expel mucus. It helps the body to actually clear mucus out of the respiratory tract. And that's the be-all and end-all really, or one of the most important targets when we're managing the symptoms of the flu is decongestion. Because if we've got mucus building up, mucus congesting, that's what causes blockages, it's what causes congestion, swelling, inflammation, and therefore symptoms. So ginger is fantastic. Cloves, exactly the same. Immune stimulating, antiviral, decongesting, expectorating. Cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon is sacrosanct. It's absolutely mandatory when we're managing respiratory infections, flu, colds, sinusitis. It excels at breaking infections, clearing infections out of the respiratory tract, but again, primarily looking at symptomatic relief here, helping to really open up the airways, clear coughs, clear congestion, clear that runny nose, the headaches, the aches, the pains that come with the flu. Individually, each one of those herbs is clinically indicated and tremendously effective. Combine them into a trilogy and you get this exponential effect where the whole is greater than the sum of the 3 parts. Okay, so the best way of using herbal teas, you can use cups, 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the afternoon and 1 cup in the evening, and that's great. But using the flask method is much more effective and it's much more powerful. Why? It's almost the herbal equivalent of intravenous drugs. Think, why are intravenous antibiotics more effective than oral antibiotics? In oral antibiotics, you get a big dose in the morning and a big dose in the afternoon and a big dose in the evening. But you get these big gaps in between. Intravenous antibiotics, you get a small drop all the time. Drip, 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 drip. So the levels in the blood stay up. The flask method is the herbal equivalent of that. Rather than having a big cup, of tea a few times a day, you make a flask in the morning, or someone makes it for you if you're really ill, and you sip all day. A sip every half an hour, or a half a cup every half an hour, or whatever it is. And by using a small amount consistently through the day, you keep the antiviral, immune stimulating, symptom alleviating properties of these herbs topped up in the blood. And it's a significantly higher level of gain than if you're using it by the cupful. So what do? Okay, again, I'll post these instructions in the comments below. So you want 4 teaspoons of freshly grated ginger, about 5 or 6 cloves, and 1 to 2 cinnamon sticks. Okay, put all of those into a saucepan, pour over 4 cups of boiling water, put it on the hob, okay, bring it to a rapid boil, turn the heat off, put a lid on it, okay, to contain all the vapors, and let that stew for 5 or 10 minutes, okay? Then strain it through a sieve into the flask, put the lid on, and then take that up into the bedroom or on the sofa or wherever you're convalescing, and then have a cup next to it, sip, 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 sip all through the day. It can have a tremendous effect upon symptom alleviation, okay? 4 teaspoons of freshly grated ginger, 5 to 6 cloves, 1 to 2 sticks of cinnamon into a saucepan, 4 cups of boiling water, lid on, leave it to stew, strain it through a sieve into a flask, sip, sip, sip. Okay, super easy. The other benefit of that is done for the day. Once you've done it, it's there, you haven't got to make it again, it's done for the day. Okay, add that to the herbal tinctures we discussed yesterday, and you're well on the way to really supporting your body in overcoming that viral infection. Okay, any questions, let me know.